So magnets for me were really interesting. This here is a magnet, but it's levitating. What's underneath it is a superconductor. When I was young, and still quite old to you guys, I was in my 30s, when these were first invented, they had to be super cooled, ridiculously low. Not anymore. They're still quite cool, but not that cool. So, um, yeah, it's. I find this amazing that these can levitate. There's lots of interesting things you can do with magnets. And I'd love it if you went and did your own research and thought, oh look what I found. That's really brilliant, sir. Can you imagine this? And it's like, all right, and that to me is really cool. I like that. So, um, yeah, it's magnetism is brilliant. It's motors, it's generators, it's Nikola Tesla and transfer. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. All right, so this is doing magnets, and these are keywords that you need to know, keywords that you need to be triggered by, and how we use language in physics. So, magnetism is a non-contact force. All right. For somebody like me, the definition of that is pretty straightforward. And that's a little bit unfair because people do physics go, well, how do you not know? But I've been teaching for long enough to know that that sounds weird to a lot of people. All right, what I mean by non-contact is if I want to move something, I've got to touch it and push it. Now you jump out of an airplane, gravity pulls you straight down. There's no need to be touching anything. And that's what I mean by non-contact force. You can use magnets to push each other or attract each other, to repel each other or attract each other, and they don't have to be touching. All right. Poles wise, and this is we use the word poles, it's north and south. The law of magnetism, and I put it up here for a reason, and I'm not going to tell you the reason. But I'm going to show you this diagram and talk about this diagram. This is how north and south poles attract, north and north repel. Okay? Now, what's interesting is you have different, let me get back up here, magnetic materials. Now, I think number four is just ridiculous nowadays in the modern world. You want to know which magnetic material is magnetic, which material is magnetic, just Google it. So, your iron, cobalt, nickel, and steel, and they will be attracted to magnets. All right? Aluminium won't. Not all metals stick to magnets. You have permanent magnets, magnets that are always magnetic, magnets that are always magnets. And then you have induced, and these are really cool. This is materials that become magnetic in a magnetic field. You've got to put them in a magnetic field and then they become magnetic. Now, what's the magnetic field? It's these crazy lines here. All right. These are, I'm going to put here, this there, and this there. These are magnetic field lines. Magnetic field lines. Do you know what? Well, my typing's disgusting. My handwriting's even worse. These are magnetic field lines. And everything, all these field lines around a magnet is called the magnetic field. All right. A uniform magnetic field, now I'll show you up on this diagram, is here. So we got north and south. The distance between these is the same. That's a uniform magnetic field. Lovely doubly. All right. Plotting compass. Now you can't see these unless you're magneto, right? And you can see magnetic fields. You can't. You just see this chunky piece of metal that says north and south on it. You get a little plotting compass, you put it down, and you watch where the red part points to south. Oh, I forgot to tell you something. Magnetic field lines always go north to south, always north to south. And if you look at these, north going this way, going that way, coming to south. All right. The Earth is like, not is a giant bar magnet, it is like a giant bar magnet. All right. So we've actually got two North Poles. One is the geographic North Pole, which means by position it's the North Pole. The other, the magnetic North Pole. They're a little bit out. They're out by 8 degrees. You don't need to know that. Not really, but it's nice having a bit of extra information. All right, sweetheart. So your job, fill this up. I'm not telling you anything. I left something from last lesson. Underline your keywords. Underline them. Make it a habit. Boys, make it a habit. Make it a habit. Make it a habit. Girls did not used to beat us. When I was at school, boys on average used to beat girls at maths and physics. Now, We get just literally obliterated. So, underline your keywords, answer these questions. I'm not helping you at all. They should be pretty straightforward. Then you got these, and they get mean. All right? Actually, you know what? I don't want you to do these. You're year 10. Forget the hard extended thinking exams. Find me something interesting you can do with magnets. All right? Okay, dokie. The other thing, I'm just going to stop. Do you know what? I'm going to stop recording.